If you only knew the power of the dark side.
What's up, everybody, and Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays. Today I'm here to talk about a huge Christmas gift that was given to all Star Wars fans by Star Wars Theory. Now, if you don't know this channel, that is a big channel that talks just Star Wars. And this guy, the person in charge of this channel, decided to make a film that would please for the fans, like as a gift for the fans. He got approval from Lucasfilm. However, he's not able to monetize the film, which is a pity, because if he did, he would for sure he would already have the money for episode 2. So I urge you, if you love Star Wars, to support this channel, because we really need more content like this, because seriously, this movie is incredible. When I heard about the project, I expected it to be good, but I did not expect it to blow me away, mostly because Star Wars involves a lot of visual effects, and visual effects are very expensive. And I know he had a budget up to 100,000 or something like that, and what he was able to pull off, it's mind-blowing. I'm so happy. I think that this movie, it really offers this is Star Wars. And my first thought after the movie ended was, oh my God, how can a fan be able to create something that is more engaging and has more heart than a huge studio that has all the money in the world? You know, the studio actually owns the rights to these characters. Well, I'll tell you why. Because the fans actually love the characters. There's a lot of love involved. They understand the mythology deeply, okay? And they're not trying to rewrite anything. Okay, they're just trying to complement Star Wars, and this is what this movie offers. You know, it really does not change anything that happened in the original films, but it really adds to the suffering that Vader has endured, you know, by the time he meets his son. And so I really would like to say, Star Wars Theory, you should be very proud, because this movie is amazing. And if you haven't seen this film yet, you should stop watching my video, go to the description below, the link description below, and watch this video, support this channel, and then come back over here and we're going to talk about it, because I will be discussing spoilers about this fan film. But seriously, guys, if you haven't seen this film, I gotta say, you can tell obviously that some things it was not made by a major studio, but the story, it was so heartfelt. You know, I felt the chills that I usually feel when I'm watching Star Wars. I would say mostly George Lucas Star Wars, you know, not Disney Star Wars. Because unfortunately, after The Last Jedi, my heart was broken. Star Wars has always been very dear to me. If you are around my channel, you know that I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Love talking about it, love the characters. But unfortunately, The Last Jedi was such a bummer. Followed by Solo. I also was not convinced. I did not like Solo. You know, I have problems with it. And the only film that I enjoyed was The Force Awakens. Even though there was a lot of problems with it, you know, it's definitely not a perfect film, but I was not heartbroken the way that I was after The Last Jedi. But oh my God, I really wish that this guy would get hired by Disney. I wish that they see this film, because he really understands the lore. You know, it's incredible how the fans actually understand the lore, and they don't get it. Why we were so upset after The Last Jedi. Because even the lightsaber is supposed to be a Jedi's weapon, okay? Something that you need the Force to actually be able to wield it. You know, we have learned throughout all these movies that all these guys that are engaging in fights, they've been training their entire lives with master. And you know, the new Star Wars, they just started rewriting everything and changing everything we knew about Star Wars, and it's just a disgrace. But now I have hope, because I think that this movie was incredible. So this fan film, it's so good, and I'm so happy, and I cannot thank you enough. I wish I could give you a hug to thank you for how much this movie made me happy. I was like, oh my God, this is Star Wars, you know, it's back. And this is my canon. I gotta say, this is my canon. This is how I've always imagined, you know, Vader. But let's talk a little bit about spoilers and what I thought about this film. So the movie starts 8 months after episode 3. Anakin had already turned to the dark side, and it starts on a dream sequence that I didn't realize was a dream sequence until Padme came into the picture, because when he was having visions of Padme, I immediately thought, oh my God, this was all a vision. Because again, like I said, he's not changing when rewriting history, but the film starts with him having this fight with Sidious, and pretty much confronting him for the fact that everything that Sidious promised him, he didn't give it, he didn't deliver. He did still lose Padme, but at the same time, Sidious also telling him, this is your own fault because you chose this. Oh my God, it's just so heartfelt, and the visual effects. I loved when he was choking Sidious, but one of the things that really blew me away was when he stopped the blast with the from the guns, from the troopers. I was like, oh my God, this was Darth Vader telling Kylo Ren, hold my beer. Right there, I was like, this is awesome. I was on the edge of my seat. I actually wish I had recorded a reaction, but I was nowhere near a camera when I first watched it. And so now if I were to react, it wouldn't be my very first fresh reaction, which I was screaming all the way. But anyways, I thought that scene was incredible. And then his confrontation with Sidious is something that I always had in the back of my mind. I mean, how come he doesn't confront him? But again, this is so amazing, because we know that eventually he will defeat Sidious, and that's where Luke comes into the picture. Luke is the turning point for Vader to actually have the courage to defeat Sidious. But you could totally tell the manipulation, how much he's pushing Vader to just be angry all the time. And oh my God, this dream sequence is basically explaining all the thoughts that's being tormenting Vader, all the stuff that, he's done for Padme, and he still lost her. It was just incredible. I loved when he threw the lightsaber on him with the Force, and then he was holding the guard as well. And then when he stopped Sidious from electrocuting him and then bring him over with the Force, I was like, oh, this is like such a delight. This is such a delight. But when he fall on his knees, and then we hear the music, the music in the film is amazing. Padme is there, and I was like, oh, I love the story of Padme and Anakin, and that was, man, I felt it. I was like, oh, that really got me right there in my heart. I felt so bad for him. And this is another interesting thing to point out. The girl that plays Padme, for instance, we know it's not Natalie Portman. She looks alike, but it's not her. We know that. But that fact did not bother me at all, because the story was so engaging and it was so heartfelt. And at the moment, I was like, oh, Anakin, what have you done? And I could totally feel his pain. He lost his wife, the one person he wanted to save, and it's such a tragic story. And this is what George Lucas created. Okay, incredible. And after the scene where he hugs her, and after she tells him, and that is why you'll never defeat me, and her eyes go yellow, and it's Sidious, and I was like, oh my God, that guy is really evil. Oh my God. And then he fell on the floor and he's being electrocuted, and then he wakes up, and what an incredible visual effect right there. I was blown away, and I love the little detail where, his eyes go from yellow to blue, because he kind of, these little details, it shows how he's still struggling. Because remember, Luke tell him, I could feel the struggling within you. And that right there really shows that his entire life he's been struggling, because, he couldn't let go. We know that Darth Vader couldn't let go, and he was always really struggling with the fact that he was once a Jedi. He was once friends with Obi-Wan, and he loved Padme, and he gave it all up because he thought he could save Padme, and it was Sidious manipulation all along. So that scene right there, incredible. And then right after that, he goes and meet with Sidious. Incredible scene, great acting right there. And Even though I think Sidious he seemed a little bit different, but you also have to remember this is a younger Sidious. This is just 8th month. And when we actually meet Sidious in the original trilogy, he's much older. Many years have been passed. So he's even like, his mannerism, it shows like he's much older. I thought that the voice acting was great. You know, both Darth Vader and Sidious, great job there. The sound effects were incredible. And then moving forward on that conversation with Sidious and Darth Vader, you know, Sidious again confronts him because he wants him to go full dark and let go of everything because he knows he's always struggling. But incredible scene. And then he tells Vader he needs to go to Naboo. And in Naboo, oh my God, visuals were amazing. You know, the set, I don't even know where he was able to shoot that. Wow. I love that scene where, you know, you hear there's a Jedi fighting someone over there. And at first, when I first saw it, I thought, could that be Ahsoka? But after I saw it a couple of times, or even the second time, I realized the purple lightsaber. So that is definitely Mace Windu. I mean, how amazing is that? That means that he survived. And that would be a very interesting storyline. Because again, I would love to see Mace Windu confront Anakin of what he did. I don't know. I don't even know what direction they're going to go, but I really hope that he gets the funding to continue this because this is very precious. Again, I cannot thank Star Wars Theory enough. I think that this is so good, you know, so good. So I believe that this movie is definitely better than The Last Jedi, even though this is only 16 minutes long. I really wish it was longer. You know, hopefully if he gets more money, he'll be able to make it a longer film. But, you know, forget about anyone wielding a lightsaber without having any training. Forget about people defeating Sith Lord, even though they haven't, you know, they don't even have the power to do so. Forget about all that crap that The Last Jedi gave us, and let's just focus on this because this is Star Wars right here. But anyways, guys, that is my reaction on Shards of the Past, the Vader Episode 1. Again, you could tell that this made me really happy. I am so blown away. I think this is so good, and I hope that you go there and support this guy. Drop your comment below. Let me know what you thought as well. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed this review. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time. Bye.